I'll call this Bang Bang. Seriously?
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Pull up, bitch.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
Objection. Objection.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. KO. Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up.
Bang, bang.
Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
All right, Mr. Lally, your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor, the Commonwealth calls Trooper Michael Proctor to the stand. Please state your name and spell your last name for the jury.
Michael Proctor, 𝗵𝗄𝗆.
You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
My name is Aidan Kearney,
Also known as Turtleboy.
He is a senior editor for Turtleboy Daily News.
I'm a big fan.
We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it Turtleboy that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You did not say that you were gonna take my baby out of her vent and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do.
I know you do.
People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never gonna stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Boys, go baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, chop up and singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. What's up, turtle people? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good, good, excellent. Welcome to the Turtle Boy Live Show. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me Clarence Woods Emerson if you'd like. That's what I go by on Facebook. Follow me on there. My post today was taken down by Facebook. I thought Zuckerberg was fully in the Trump camp by now, but I guess not. I got taken down today, so. But, you know, at least they'll let me stay on. That's nice of them. I used to get kicked off of Facebook a lot. If you're new here, the Facebook wars were like a thing for like 5 years, just constantly getting kicked off Facebook, constantly, you know, starting over, rebuilding over and over again. But he lets us stay on now, so that's a good thing. Anyway, you can also call me 𝗵𝗄𝗄𝗃 Kearney if you'd like. I am a true crime expert, I guess you'd call it. I put on a leather jacket. Sometimes I go deep in the woods. I do some soul searching, and I just think. Do a lot of thinking out there. And sometimes I just solve murders. You never know what's going to happen. But you can call me Uncle Turtleboy. Old school turtle riders are known to do that. You can call me Dr. Turtleboy. It's actually my preferred pronoun because former First Lady Jill Biden gets to be called doctor, then so do I. You can also call me, if you'd like, also acceptable, is Daddy. I understand. I understand. Oh, speaking of Daddy, my son is here. The real Clay Kearney. It looks like a chick, but Daddy just spoke to me, and I had to stop by. I was waiting for a Clay Kearney parody account, something. I'm surprised we don't have one on Twitter yet, but baby Daddy Clay, yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said, you know, you can call me whenever you want to call me. I really don't care. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. and make sure you smash that subscribe button. I've been going live a lot lately. I went last night, the night before. I don't want to talk about last night. At least we gave him a game at the end. At least there was a point in the fourth quarter where we're like, holy shit, we could do this theoretically. You know, so at least they gave us something. But either way, just smash that subscribe button, you know, give us a thumbs up afterwards, leave a comment, all that stuff helps. You know, because we got like what? Man, this is just the longest winter. I missed last winter, you know, because I was locked up. I missed the whole winter. I forgot how horrible winter is. Like I missed it. It was a good time to get incarcerated. If I could pick any 2 months, it would be those 2 months. Because although you missed the Super Bowl, that's a big downside. You missed the whole NFL playoffs, the whole thing. It's gone. And that's the best TV. But if you could pick 2 months to be incarcerated, when would you guys pick? If you had to pick 2 months that you had to go to jail, what 2 months, you know, would you do? Because I got to be honest with you, I feel like that was the best 2 months. If I had to get incarcerated in like July and August, like, phew, that would have really sucked. That would have been a real kick in the balls if that happened. You know, missed the whole freaking summer vacation. Like, oh, horrible. But yeah, it's got to be January and February, right? So that's what I missed. You know, I missed New Year's, but New Year's is overrated. You know, kind of stupid. You know, so yeah, I missed it, and it was like every day I go out there now, it's just like, this is mad brick. It's just like, you know, when you're driving and it's just like, why is the street white? Like, why is it just white? It's not snow. It's not ice, but the whole road is just white. It just looks fucking cold. It just looks cold. You get up in it's just like, the hell, you know? So, and it just drags on, like, because it's not like summer. Like the hot days go by quickly because you're like, oh, this is nice. You know, hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. Now it's just like, well, tomorrow's going to be another kick in the balls, isn't it? I can feel it coming. You know, it's coming. And, yeah. Anyway, so I don't even know where I was going with that, but, anyway, so yeah. Like I said, give us a thumbs up. All that stuff helps. If you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for something called Turtle Chat, and that allows you to pay whatever amount of money you want to pay, and then you get to put a little message, and I will read that message out loud to the class when I receive it. So let me see if we got any so far. You can also do the same thing via Cash App if you have that at $ Uncle Turtleboy. Okay. So let's see if we have any so far. Turtle Chats. We got a couple. All right. Baby Clay starts off with $5 and says, innocent people don't need to be pardoned. Cough. Joe Biden. Innocent people don't hide their face from the public. Cough. Jen McCabe. McAlberts belong in prison next to Hunter Biden. Free Karen Reed and free Turtleboy. Yeah. Innocent people don't need to be pardoned. That's for sure. But Jennifer McCabe does not really hide her face much in public. Like she goes to like that's what always pissed me off about her. She would go to regular sporting events like a regular person and just think that she's regular. And I was there to remind her that there's nothing regular about this. Like you seem to think that none of this is happening, but I assure you it's happening. Like everybody knows what Jennifer McCabe did. Everybody knows that she Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m. And that's just a shocking and horrific thing to do. So, when I see you out in public smiling, I'm going to come up to you and ask questions because I'm really curious. Like, what are you doing out? Like, that's wild to me, But yeah, the one that hides his face is Brian Albert when he goes out. He does not like to be seen in public. So anyway, so yes, thank you for that one. April sends $5 and goes, I watched your Sunday show today. I haven't laughed so hard in a long time. It was an awesome show. The only thing missing was the video of the glare watching the live when she said bukkake. His face was priceless. Love your show. P.S. Call Giannetti tonight. I mean, what Facebook page is he on tonight? That's the question. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. Like I went after the show. I usually just chill out and unwind and don't really think much about it. But I just couldn't stop laughing about Clay Kearney. It's hilarious. I don't give a shit. I mean, I can laugh about it now. Like I said, it wasn't so funny at the time when it was happening, but at least I can look back on it now. We picked a birthday out for him. Clay was it's a real loss. Clay was going to do some shit, man. Clay was going to, he might be president one day or go to Mars or, create electric rocket ships, something. He was going to do something really important. I could just tell. But, Clay was murdered. He was murdered. I witnessed a murder right in front of my eyes. I watched it and I said, no, Clay, throw up the pills. Come on, Clay. You can do this. You can do it right now. But, there was only so much Clay could take. Clay lived a lot in his 2 months in the womb. There was 7 weeks. He did a lot. He accomplished a lot. More than any of us have ever went through. Two abortion attempts. A whole bunch of fetal alcohol syndrome, a couple car accidents, and a whole lot of swearing. And it was just, there's only so much that a pea-sized fetus can take. There's only so much, guys. So anyway, all right. So thank you for that one. Next up, Steph sends $10, says you have to read the latest motion to correct for the Rick Allen trial. You will be emojied. I don't know what that means. So I didn't follow the Richard Allen trial like I should. I heard it was ridiculous. Maybe if I have time, I can look into it a little bit more. But admittedly, I did not follow that as much as I should. But so thank you, Steph. Marianne Ann sends $10 and goes, Dear Dr. Daddy, the fake victim and the fake baby Clay put you in jail, but jail brought Meredith to you. I could not stop laughing at her call to the select board meeting tonight. You have met your match. She called the select board? I didn't realize that. I heard somebody called. Wait a minute. Is that somebody named Holly Hunter called up? I don't know any Holly Hunters though. I mean, I could play it. This one? Where'd it go? Oh, here's this one.
Holly Hunter. Give us a second. Ms. Hunter, are you there?
Good evening. This is Holly Hunter calling. I just wanted to kick off with a clip from your charming select board clerk, 𝗵𝗧𝗶𝗄𝗍 here. That right there, gentlemen, that is what your clerk, 𝗙𝗵𝗄𝗆, thinks of Canton women. Now, special leak footage was courtesy of something they call 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗆 panties, so you can give her the production credits on this one right here. Anywho, my name is Holly Hunter. You may remember my husband Wade called a few months back last year. Now, I know Wade can get carried away sometimes, but he did make a few solid points, some of which I'll echo here again tonight. First, as a woman, Chase Rafferty is flat out offensive. Or should I say running down Rafferty, as she's known at the hillside.
Ooh.
I mean, my great-grandma Mildred didn't argue for women's voting rights to pave the way for her. No siree, Bob. Then you've got Chicken Farm Charlie over here, who killed a man in 1994. He's out here calling a fury over at the state police anytime someone so much as breathes outside of his crummy pizza shop like a whiny little baby. That worked out real well for you down at Stoughton District Court, didn't it, 𝗪𝗧𝗄𝗏? I mean, what does that tell you about the confidence you got in your own police? And then we find out 9 of Helena's officers are chasing down rubber duckies for a year, dumpster diving, calling the stickers.com president, and all sorts of other malarkey. This is what happens when you dance with the devil, Miss Catherine Vader Esquire. All this when there's more dangerous criminal crimes going on all over campus. Missing taillights, solo cups, a snowblower. Now take Jim Ferris, for example. He sits outside the pizza shop. He's wheeling and dealing, calling women offensive names and littering his cigarettes to kingdom come. Not only is he a litter bug, but he's just rude. And don't even get me started on 𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗄𝗆's son, Karl Dugal. That young man is a few fries short of a Happy Meal, if you know what I mean. I mean, every dog has its
Now he's getting mad.
bag and
He's
the
getting
pull-up
mad.
bitch and the espresso martinis and the Adele. It needs to stop. I guess that's what happens with 𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗪 for a father, as an example. Oh, and he was in the house. We all know it. Anyways, I hope you gentlemen will take some of this to heart. Oh, and Wade was wrong about one thing. The chicken farm isn't mediocre. It is god-awful. Thank you.
I don't know who that is.
All right, next we have Miss Lombardi.
I don't know who that. I thought that's Holly Hunter from the South. I don't know what state, just the South. That's where Holly Hunter's from. But so he just sits there and gets. He just sits there and just has to take this verbal abuse from people, just mocking him, telling him his son's in the house, that his Colin is a few fries short of a Happy Meal. Like, he just sits there and takes it. Good job, Holly Hunter. That was good. I like that. Very good. She made a lot of good points there. She made a lot of good points. She learns from the best, doesn't she? All right. Thank you very much for that one, Marianne. Let me double check the turtle chats here. Steph sends $10. It goes, I sent you the defense diary stream with the motion. It outlines the prosecution lies and third-party culprit confession. A confession? Ooh, that's interesting. I'll go check it out. Thank you, Steph. Bonnie sends $5 and says, we think Jen came by Middleborough, as well as boots on the ground were booted after Karen visited. Never happened to us before. You guys got booted off the bridge in Middleborough? Really? That's surprising. Weird. All right. Thank you, Bonnie. Romy sends $100. Whew, thanks, Romy. And says, so Jen McCabe was stalking you on Sunday. Seems a bit odd for someone who claims to be scared of you. She's such a fraud. They all are. They're all fake victims. You know, fake victim has taken the, she's almost trademarked that term, but they're all fake victims. I don't even know who's the fakest of them all. Bukkake is a big fake victim. Proctor, fake victim. Brian Albert, Colin Albert, Chris Albert, Julie Nagel, who looks like she could shot put me to the moon. 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗆 McCabe, he's a victim. Jennifer McCabe, oh my God, none of these people are victims. Elizabeth Proctor, the biggest bully on the internet, is a victim. Give me a break. So yeah, so thank you for that one, and I agree, Romy. It's out and we have a motion to dismiss coming any minute now, or sometime this week. So check that out. But we're going to outline, obviously, why these charges against me all need to go away, because enough of this shit, All right, next up. Jay sends $5 and goes, Phil debunks Karen. Your pussy ass bitch unblock me. Oh, that's like my favorite account on Twitter. We got to check that account in a little bit. But thank you very much for that, Jay. Closet Baby Toddler sends $10 and goes, can we have a poll to decide if I should change my name to Clay Baby on X? Well, no, because there's two, that's a whole different baby. That's a whole different baby. Clay wishes he was in the closet. That was Clay's dream, to be born and sleep in that closet. And the closet toddler was going to be all excited about sleeping in the bathtub. I don't know where the closet, I don't know where she was going to sleep, but somewhere. Was going to sleep somewhere. And it just didn't happen. So closet baby still stuck in a closet, I guess. Although I heard she got kicked out of that apartment, had to move somewhere else. Our new neighbors are already messaging me, telling me that she's driving them nuts. I don't know. But and by the way, she did Grant issued a press release for today. She finally broke her silence after all this has come out and just thanked her supporters from around the world, including like Africa, Eastern Europe, all of her fans, and ended it by quoting scripture. The exact scripture was, I believe, and I shit you not, like scripture. It was Luke. This is the actual, it ends, the GoFundMe now says Luke 23:34. And Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So she is comparing herself. Jesus said that when he was dying on the cross. So she's now comparing herself to Jesus on the cross. This is the level of delusion that we are now dealing with here. And I saw somebody make a comment and they got a good point. They're like, if she was raising this money to sue the Commonwealth or sue Brian Tully, she would probably be able to raise a lot more money. But nobody's donating shit. I mean, I almost wish they would. So at least, because I want this, I can't. I want to see this all play out in court. I'm paying. I don't care. I'm paying an attorney to do this because what's right is right. We need justice. I've been deformed, So, yeah. All right, cool. Next up, let's see. Refresh that. Bonnie Coy sends $5 and goes, we believe trolls came by our standout because boots on the ground were caught after Karen Reed visited. We have never been kicked out before. Interesting. Thank you, Bonnie. Kathleen sends $10 and goes, Clay fought the good fight. Fly with the angels. Fake baby Clay. We hardly knew ye. I know. So true. Thank you. We also have a couple cash apps here to bang through. All right. Judy sends $35. And again, disclaimer here. If you give me money for something, I'm going to read it. Doesn't mean I agree with it or endorse it, but you put money in the machine, baby. You get to play what comes out the other side, don't you? So Judy sends $35 and goes, 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝗆 Hole, Miss Shitty, and Jason Broyles are F bullies. Okay. So for the record, I don't agree with that statement. I disagree. I like all three of those people. I like everyone. I like everyone associated with the Free Karen Reed movement, and just want to focus on what needs to be done here. If you want to get in, arguments with people on the side and flame wars or drama, whatever you want to call it, that's good. I mean, because I got drama of my own. I can't say that I didn't do it. I got into it with Sean of the Gulf and Jen O'Donnell. But I would argue problem solved with both of those. I have not heard from Jen O'Donnell in, 5 or 6 weeks, which is great because that was a real fucking problem. And Sean of the Gulf is on drugs or something. Now, not really on drugs. I don't want to get sued. He's not on actual drugs, but I don't know if he's taking his medication. He's like a different person. I briefly put on his stream yesterday, and it's just boring. Sean of the Gulf has turned boring. Like, it's just dull. It's like boomer happy hour, and it's great. I mean, that's the way he should be. You know, nobody wants to hear Sean get on there and rant about nonsense and made up shit. You know, let him think that Michael Proctor has still been fired. Okay, yeah, okay, old man, whatever you say, just humor him, you know. But again, it's been good, you know, and so I hope everything works out with those people, because I like all three of those people. All right, Auntie sends $10 and goes, "What does Alan Jackson think of the Bang Bang song?" He loves it. 𝗬𝗃, the guy who made the Bang Bang song, he was like, as soon as that came out, I guess, you know, it happened during the trial. I wasn't there when Alan first heard the song, but I heard that he like fucking shit himself. Like he loved it. And which isn't surprising at all, because it's hilarious. And he's the star of it, obviously. But 𝗬𝗃 got, he got, you know, he was invited to the controversial dinner there. I saw him there, but that's because, you know, he did like, he made a great song. He deserved it. He earned it, you know, and he has been to a lot of these standouts and at court and stuff. So he's a good guy, like 𝗬𝗃. Frank sends $5 and says, "There are only two genders again. Thanks, Trump." Yeah, you know, it's crazy that that's a controversial thing. But yeah, there are actually just two. Well, gender's not real. There's two sexes. There's two biological sex. All right. Gender is apparently something we can just make up. So means nothing to me, gender. But sex, there's two of them, male and female. And that's it. Either you got a cock and balls or you don't, period. So it's nice to have sanity back. So thank you, Frank. Jennifer sends $10 and goes, "For the love, all the love from Arizona. Free Karen Reed." Well, thank you very much, Jennifer. Love Arizona. Never been there before. Heard it's nice. Heard it's hot. I don't know about the winters there, but if anyone else wants their messages read out loud to the class, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy. All right. I have court on Friday for this. And it's in Dedham District Court. It is, what are we doing? Judge Pomeroy still hasn't ruled on the Rule 17 motions. We file Rule 17 motions for Colin McCabe. There's a Colin McCabe, believe it or not, who is Matt McCabe's fat brother. Colin McCabe and Megan McCabe, who's Matt McCabe's fat sister. We have filed motions for both of their phones because they sent in video entered into evidence over the summer that purportedly shows me coming within 100 yards of the fake victim, you know, when I'm at court, you know, and it's just complete bullshit. Actually, you know, you want to hear, like, I got those calls. I mean, I got the 911 calls. You want to hear them? I don't know if you guys can hear these. You've heard the 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐷𝗐𝗐𝗔𝗄𝗏 911 call. Right? Let's see if we got it. Can you guys hear this if I play this? Can you guys hear this? No? Okay. All right, let me change it then. Hold on. Settings. Audio.
Aidan Kearney. He was just removed from the courtroom. He's in violation of a restraining order. He's refusing to leave the courthouse steps. He's within 100 yards of this victim, and he's currently screeching about how she's there. So he's definitely in violation of his restraining order. You might want to get someone down there.
Okay, so Aidan Kearney is at the courthouse. He's in violation of a restraining
order. Yeah.
Do you know who the RO is against?
Yeah, the victim is Lindsay Gaetani. She's there with the John O'Keefe's mother right now, Mrs. O'Keefe. So he's instead of leaving the courthouse on the steps screaming about it, I know it's a football field. He needs to stay away.
Okay, he's out on the steps currently.
Yep.
Can you describe what he looks like?
He is he's a short guy, about 5'8", glasses. He's wearing a suit jacket. He's got a cell phone in front of his face. His nose kind of looks like a penis.
Okay. What color shirt or jacket is he wearing?
Right now it is, I would say that's a gray.
White male, black male?
White.
Okay.
Yeah, gray jacket, blue shirt.
Okay. And are you...
green tie.
Are you just a witness, or...?
I just happened to be watching it online, and he's screaming about how he got removed from the courthouse due to a restraining order, but he's definitely still in violation of the restraining order as he sits on the steps. So.
Okay. All right. Can I grab your name for the record?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Kate Peter, Peter.
Okay. And your date of birth?
12/29/1987.
Okay. All right. All good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
No, please, I'm recording.
Hi, it's Lieutenant Tully from the State Police. Is there a shift commander on board?
Yes. 1 moment.
I'm mute. It was not muted before. The problem, it's a setting on thing. Okay, I don't know why it did that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard it. Okay. So we're back. All right. So this is Brian Tully's 911 call on Christmas Eve. Now, mind you, I got out of there like 5 a.m. I was allowed to leave, escaped, if you will. And then she was on the phone all morning with Crusty Panties, probably trying to figure out what lie they were going to tell. And then they call Brian Tully at like 10:45 or 11. And then he goes over there and she tells him what happened. And he's like, well, they're like, well, let's call the police and say that he assaulted you. Like, this is all Tully. And you'll hear what the Medfield police, I heard this for the first time today. Listen to what the Medfield police say to him.
No, please, I'm recording.
Hi, it's Lieutenant Tully from the State Police. Is there a shift commander on board?
Yes, commander. 1 moment.
So shift commander.
You're welcome.
Shift commander. He's such a cocksucker.
I'm going to transfer you to Sergeant Burgess right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Loser, Tully.
Sergeant Burgess speaking. Sir, Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully from the State Police and Norfolk DA's office. How are you, sir?
Hey, you doing? Good, doing good, Brian. How you doing? Merry Christmas.
Good. Merry Christmas. I'm calling to report we have a witness in an ongoing case.
A witness?
Okay.
Involving Aidan Kearney. Are you familiar with him?
And last name's
Turtleboy.
No, I'm not. Aidan Kearney.
He's never heard it.
Yeah, Kearney. Anyways.
Kearney.
So
Okay, yeah.
This witness is reporting that he was over there last night at her Medfield apartment.
Okay.
And assaulted her. And they had a ongoing romantic relationship.
Romantic, yeah, it was real romantic. So that's a lie, because even she has said that she did not tell him that I assaulted her. According to her, she's a pathological liar. According to her, she didn't even want to report this, and Tully made them do it. Now it's like, why didn't she call the Medfield police?
Okay, she discloses to me, and she tells me that she would like the Medfield PD to come to take a report.
Okay, where is she now?
She's at her place, 50 Peter Christoph Way, number 107, in your town.
Oh, okay. I think I know this family. Peter. Peter Piston,
Kearney,
Peter Christoph Way. What
Of course he
apartment
does.
number, you know?
107.
107.
He
Okay.
knows it.
She is Lindsay.
Yeah.
Giantani, GAETANI.
GAET what?
Golf Alpha Echo,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Tango Alpha, November, India.
Okay, what type of assault is she alleging? Sexual, physical, altercation?
Physical. Yep. She had taken some notes that he had written, and put her in her shirt to hide them from the fact that she had taken them.
Okay. So first of all, that brings up a good point. How come she hasn't mentioned the rape yet? Like she's like, she wants to get me destroyed for everything, but she doesn't. I just thought of that when he said sexual assault. It's like, didn't she claim that I raped her too? So when does that, how come this isn't getting brought up now? So she said, oh, so she stole his property and stuffed it down the shirt. Okay. Then what?
He then realized that she had taken them, grabbed her wrist, tried to get the papers out of her shirt, and pushed her down onto the couch.
I thought tried to get the papers out of the shirt. I didn't know where the papers were. I thought the whole point was she hid them in her shirt, so I didn't know where they were. You can hear me on the tape. I'm like, what'd you do with the paper? Where is it? It was in her shirt. You know?
Okay. He,
Why?
Why did she call the state?
Here we go.
Is there any particular reason why she called you guys and not us? Because I think we've dealt with her before on this type of stuff.
She's like, why'd you call us? Why didn't you call the Medfield? Why didn't she call us? Why didn't she, if she was assaulted, why didn't she call? Because we've dealt with stuff like this before. Because this is a woman who's constantly like stuff like this before. Okay, it's not the first time she's called us up. She's not afraid to call us when she says a guy hit her. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Again.
Hey, is there any particular reason why she called you guys and not us? Because I think we've dealt with her before on this type of stuff. Any reason why?
I had arrested Mr. Kearney on witness intimidation regarding the Karen Reed case.
I arrested.
And she was giving us information about that.
Okay.
So she's a witness in our ongoing investigation. So
she was not a witness when he arrested me. What are you talking about? And she's a witness to nothing. Nothing. She wasn't around when I made any of these videos. Like, what? She wasn't around for the freaking rolling rally or the Billerica lacrosse incident. Nothing like that. Nothing.
Okay.
I think she felt more comfortable to call me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll send an officer down to see Lindsay and talk to her about what happened. Okay. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Take care.
Madam Police Dispatcher, recorded line.
How you doing? Listen, we just left court and somebody that was in court.
So this is when they leave court and they go out to their cars and they claim the cars are vandalized. Now, she doesn't call police again. Now, keep in mind, they're now claiming, and this is what I have court for on Friday, they're claiming that when they left court on February 26th and they went to their cars, that I yelled liar, liar, liar at them. They all witnessed this. There's videotape. It's not recorded on any tapes. And this is them calling 911 from the parking lot to report that her car is vandalized. Keep in mind, they are also alleging that minutes before this 911 call, I just yelled liar, liar, liar. Now see if anyone mentions hearing that. Everyone in this group hates me. Everyone in this group would love to see me go right back to jail. And let's see if they mention it.
Her car was malicious, purposely damaged. We're in the back of the registry of deeds. Would you mind sending somebody over here?
Not a problem. What kind of vehicle are we looking for?
It's a Honda Odyssey. We're in the way back. We're standing out in front of it.
What color?
It's green. It's somebody that had a restraining order on Turtleboy, and it was clearly done on purpose.
Okay, what was done to the vehicle?
So notice they mentioned there that this was did she blame me for this? Did she blame me? She goes, it's someone who has a restraining order on Turtleboy. So they're cognizant that the order exists. They're also claiming that I just violated. That's what they're saying 5 hours later. They say I violated the order. But when it's fresh in their minds, somehow they don't mention it. Even though they are well aware of the order and they're just mentioning the order, they don't mention how he just violated the order, allegedly. That doesn't come up.
The taillight was smashed out and it was keyed all the way up to the passenger door on the driver's side. Yeah, it looks like, I don't even know what it was. It looks like maybe, I don't know. It's pretty good damage.
What's the plate of the vehicle?
2MKK95.
2 M as in Mary, KK?
Correct.
Okay. 95. Okay, I will send someone over there in the back of the registry of deeds if you want to just flag them down when you see them.
They won't miss us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
They won't miss us. So then we got a couple more calls here.
Okay.
How you want to do it.
Does it change anything or it'll still proceed the same way? Like, I mean, it wouldn't change like.
So this is her calling up the Medfield police hours later to like make sure I'm going to jail. Like, listen to this shit.
Like he's not going to be
arrested
for the violation. It still has to be sent to a magistrate either way, right?
That's why it's going to a hearing, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
information or evidence, you can present that to them at the hearing for that end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not really imperative for me to bring it down to the station or send it to you guys now.
Because either way, it's going to be presented. So if it's something, obviously, if it's time stamped and you have dates, then
yeah, everything's
solved. It's video footage. Yeah. Okay. It's up to you how you want to go through with that.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll probably just wait till the hearing then, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you for looking into that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. What's this one?
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry about that. Okay. So you can either come in if you want to hand over any information that you have, any footage. If you have it, they can add it to that incident. Otherwise, they said you could wait for the hearing and present it that way too.
All right.
Adam, please.
I just had word from my friend that the police came to his house looking for me. I think they were trying to serve me with something.
Okay.
Oh, they gave me in Discovery. They gave me the wrong 911. I got some guy's 911 call. I have no idea. This is what they handed us in the 911 call. Some guy calls the Dedham police. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's in trouble.
Okay, my name is Mario Bernal.
Mario.
Mario Mario.
Yep.
Bernal BERNAL.
Okay.
And my number is 617.
Yep.
Okay.
888.
Yes.
All right, yeah, just give me a call and I'll come get it or whatever it is. Okay.
All right. Hi. So I'm just trying to get information. I'm just gonna put you on a brief hold again. I just don't want to mislead you with that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Thank you.
Okay.
Your call has been answered by.
I don't know what this audio is. They gave us a bunch of calls here. A couple dispatches. What's this one?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so I spoke with Officer Kozak, so he's waiting on callbacks.
Oh, this is Officer Kozak.
From my guest locations in that area to see if there's any surveillance.
Okay. All right. That's great. Yeah. Thank you. I also just wanted to ask about the restraining order. So when I spoke with Officer Power last night, I showed him some videos and pictures on my phone to show the violation. And he told me that it looks like a clear violation and he would be sending something over to the magistrate. But I also
was looking through some more videos that were taken yesterday and found like more clear evidence, like that he was actually following me and taking my picture and filming me as well. So I don't know if that needs to be sent over to you guys, or I just wait for a magistrate hearing, or.
So this only once again confirms that she didn't hear me yell shit. She looked at videos later on, saw me in the grassy knoll, and was like, oh, there he is. And oh yeah, I forgot he was yelling shit at me. Now I remember.
It's all the same incident?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Yep.
Liar. Liar.
Yes. I was actually at the station yesterday to report a restraining order violation. I spoke with Officer Power.
Okay.
And then earlier in the day, I had reported vandalism to my car that I believe may have been the person that I have the restraining order against.
Oh, she's blaming me for the car.
I wanted to follow up on a couple things. The original officer, I think it was Officer 𝗄𝗄𝗄, that took the report for the vandalism. He said he was going to look in to see if some cameras nearby caught the person doing it or anybody leaving the area. I didn't know if he had a chance to do that, or is there any updates on that?
I don't know. What's your name?
𝗪𝗐𝗄𝗃. Okay, thank you.
I mean, how many times can you call the Dedham Police Department and just check up on, make sure I'm going to jail? She's like, is there anything I could do? Just the whole act. She sounds very different there from the person who was saying, you know, I'm going to come to your house and kill you and your
21
kids.
to control.
621.
I don't know what this one is.
I'll be clear. I'll do a few lines in this, see if I can
that's
find any cameras in the area.
Roger. Dedham Control 621.
21.
In the rear of the Registry of Deeds for the vehicle damage, the green Honda Odyssey. 2 Mike Kilo 95, 2 MKK 95.
That sounds way different from this one.
Why are you lying about my kids on an internet show and on the internet?
I'm not lying about your kids, Lindsay. Everything was true that I said. There were plenty of witnesses.
You stupid bitch!
You need to stop drinking. Sweetheart, you need to stop drinking.
You gotta fucking
Stop.
I will come to your house and I will murder you and your kids. You understand me? You dumb bitch.
So please find recorded.
That's not good. That's not good.
Why
This July 20, 2024, 7:18:26 p.m.
Falmouth 911, the sign's recorded.
Oh, it's the Falmouth 911 call. Okay, never mind. All right. Anyway, so that is the 911 calls. Anyway, here's what I want to do now. So look at this. We're going to make fun of some dumb people tonight and their stupid things they're saying because we don't have a lot of content coming on. So what better way to kind of keep our minds refreshed here, if you will? Give me 1 second. So I view this as like, so we got the trial coming up in like 2 or 3 months. Like we got to stay fresh. You know, like it's been a long time. It's been over 6 months since we've heard testimony in this case. We've had a lot of pretrial stuff here and there, but you know, we got to stay focused. Got to keep our mind sharp. You know, it's like, you can't take the whole, you know, even in the off season, you got to train. You got to train. And what better way to train than to simulate, you know, going up against the enemy? You got to go again, you know, you got to read what they're saying and point out how stupid and how wrong it is. So, you know, the queens of disinformation over on the other side, if you will, are, you know, Big Red is obviously one, 𝗵𝗏, and 𝗵𝗏. And 𝗵𝗏 is a close friend of the McCabe's. And she's a joke. She's obviously a really horrible person who should not be allowed around children. And she posted this thing the other day that these idiots love to share. And they just point out and they're like, Karen Reed is guilty for the following reasons. Okay. And they list all this shit. So what I want to do is I want to go through it and I want to show how easily you can debunk every single thing they say from the start, right from the top. It's like batting practice. So let's do it right now. Let's see the first one. Okay. First one says, no one else was asked to leave John O'Keefe's house because the relationship had run its course. Who can tell me in the comments what is wrong about that statement? That no one else, she's saying that Karen Reed is guilty for the following reasons. That Karen Reed was the one that was asked to leave John O'Keefe's house because the relationship had run its course. That's untrue. Why? Right. Do we need to go back and read those messages? Should we go back and read? Let's go back and read it. Let's go back at what that would be day what? That would be when Nicholas Garino, right? Karen Reed trial day, when was he on? 25? Let's go find it. Was he before or after Joe Paul? I think he was after Paul. Right, he must have been after Paul. Let's start day 26. Let's see what people are saying. Karen wasn't asked to leave. John wanted her to stay. Exactly. He was asking her to come over, right? We read the messages all that day. She was in Mansfield. Remember, she had a plumber. She wanted the plumber to come over. Like, she's like, oh, and then John's just like, come on over. Come on. Right? She needed to be at her own house for the plumber. Exactly. John talked her into coming. Did he not? Did they miss those text messages? Right? After. Right. Karen wasn't even going to stay. John asked her to. Yeah, let's just go and read them. So this would have to be during Garino's testimony, right? That when this would come out. Let's go disprove this. All right.
Did you recognize this, sir?
Yes, I do.
I'll grab it for you as Exhibit 48.
Yes.
Now, within this particular, from the perspective of this is from Mr. O'Keefe's phone, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So there will be blue bubbles and green bubbles, is that correct as well?
Yes.
And so who, as far as the blue bubbles are concerned, who's speaking in that?
The blue bubbles will be from Ms. Reed, and the green bubbles are from Officer O'Keefe.
Ms. Gilman, if you could please scroll down. Now, with respect to what's contained on this page one at the bottom, if you could read the date and the time and indicate who's speaking and what is said there.
Yep. So
hello. So she goes, hello.
Karen Reed on 1/28/2022 at 3:30 p.m. Hello. John says hi at 3:35.
Yes.
Any of the chat report
chats name as
pencil, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You may approach.
Yes.
Chat.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Name from Mr. O'Keefe, is that correct?
Yes.
You have really
If you could
hurt me
again,
this time.
read from this first page as far as date, time, who was speaking and what is said.
At 9:49 a.m., Karen says, you've really hurt me this time. 10:02 a.m., I'm sorry. This is, sorry, can I read? I'm sorry, this has been an issue with me for 8 years. It physically hurts me to see everyone else in their life do things for them. And of course, I'll always be the bad guy. At 10:09 a.m., Karen says, I am not the same as everybody else. Most of the time, I try to do what is healthy/smart for them. More importantly, I try to support you and what you need. You just lashed out at me and said terrible things. I don't know how you've gone to this point with me, but I'm just trying to try my hardest. You made the point, I made your point, and continue to beat me down. I have a lot going on too. Physically, I'm falling apart and trying to get answers and help.
If I can stop you there, sir. If I can direct your attention to Michael. Sir, if I can direct you to page 5.
Okay.
Sorry, bottom of page 4.
All right.
And starting with the blue bubble on the bottom of page 4, again, if you can indicate as to who's speaking, what is said, and the date and time.
Karen said to John at 1:21 p.m. on the 28th, maybe you can call someone.
If you could continue on through page 5, sir.
On the 28th at 1:46 p.m., John says, like who? On 1:47 p.m., what time are you coming here? And then there is, at 12:05, there's a
Great. So what did John say?
If you could continue on through page 5, sir.
On the 28th at 1:46 p.m., John says, like who?
What time are you coming there? He goes, what time are you coming here? That's what he says. At what time does he say that? At 1:47 p.m. on the 28th. He goes, what time are you coming here? Yet, what does 𝗫𝗄𝗯 say in her thing? No one else was asked to leave John O'Keefe's house because the relationship had run its course. Meanwhile, out here in reality, it's what time are you coming here? Doesn't sound like it's over to me, pal. Doesn't sound like it's over to me. What else?
47 p.m. What time are you coming here? And then there is at 2:05. There's a message, but no content.
And the next message at 2:06, sir.
Yes, 2:06 from Karen. I don't know what time. Feel kind of out of it. Just trying to clear my head. 2:06 p.m. John writes back, okay. 2:06 p.m. again. Karen says, text me later when you guys settle in later. I'm sorry, text me when you guys settle in later. John says, sure, at 2:06 p.m. again.
Sure.
Karen says at 2:16, I feel pretty shitty about this. Feel pretty shitty about how this morning went down. I know you said sorry, but it really stung, especially when I've been trying pretty hard lately. I feel like a loser turning around, just coming back over after everything you said.
I feel like a loser turning around and coming back after everything you said. Karen reads like, I don't really want to come. I feel like a loser kind of, I feel like whatever. I don't know what the fuck happened to them that morning. They obviously got in some sort of argument, disagreement. She's mad about what he said. Who the fuck knows? I don't really give a shit. Right? All I know is she's saying here, I don't really want to come. And what does he say in response to that?
If I could actually continue on to page 7, sir.
At 2:17 p.m., John says, not sure what else you want me to do. I said, I'm sorry, and I was out of line. If you prefer to stay home, I totally get it.
He's the one saying he's sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, what? So he admits he's in the wrong, whatever the fuck happened earlier. And he's just like, but if you don't want to come, that's fine too. But you're more than welcome, clearly.
Karen replies back at 2:17. Things in my own life have been difficult too, John writes back at 2:17. I know. At 2:25 p.m. Tell me if you're interested in someone else. Can't think of any other reason you've been like this. From Karen.
You could continue on to page 8, sir.
At 2:25, John responds back, nope. Things haven't been great between us for a while. Ever consider that?
Ooh.
That was at 2:26. At 2:29, he writes, kids are here, not in the mood to talk.
So, yeah, things are not great, but he's still inviting her over, isn't he? He's still inviting her over.
And how does the defendant respond to that at bottom of page 8?
So you're not into it anymore. That's fine. But I don't want to keep trying, and you keep treating me like this. At 2:29 p.m.
If I could direct you to the next page 9.
Yep. Mr. Reed says, I'm trying to hug and kiss you this morning, and you whack me in the face with a pillow. At 2:29. At 2:30, she says,
did he really hit her with the pillow? I mean, how hard could that be, though? Trying to hug and kiss you. Get off me, bitch. Couple stuff. I mean, at least it's a pillow.
Last night, you're basically like, yeah, what about when we talk about the future? So why don't you just admit you're not into it so much anymore? At 2:30, sorry. I said 2:30, John says, not how it went down, but okay.
Not how it went down. So John, so he's just like, no, like she's telling him. So this relationship's like, like she's the one that's saying that like your heart doesn't seem into it. And he's just like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I still love you, baby girl. I'm still with you.
Respond to that.
Can you please admit your head is out of the game with us?
If you could, sir, please continue on to top page 10.
Okay. At 2:32 p.m., sick of always arguing and fighting. It's been weekly for several months now. So yeah, I'm not as quick to jump back into being lovey-dovey as you apparently. From John. And then John again at 2:32. Oh my God, stop calling.
Stop calling.
With regard to January 28th, you were also able to extract a report specifically in regard to calls received by Mr. O'Keefe on that day.
Yes, I was.
On that day into the next day of January 29th.
Yes.
I approach Ron.
Yes.
Oh, there's a whole link to it, huh? Click on that. Okay, I think I got a link here.
Sabrina showing the document.
No, that's just the video.
You recognize that, sir?
Yes, it's John O'Keefe's call log.
And that's the entirety of the call log from January 28th into 29th. Is that correct?
So what? She called him a bunch?
2:32 p.m. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Now, from your review of those call logs, how many times did the defendant call Mr. O'Keefe on January 28th from approximately 9:19 a.m. to about 2:58 p.m.?
There's 18 calls from 9:19 to about 2:59 p.m.
That's a lot
of calls. Are
calls.
listed within those records as various as far as rejected, missed, or answered, or things of that nature. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
How many of them are rejected?
11.
How many of them are missed?
4.
How many are answered?
3.
Wait a minute. He answered 3? Come on, they're playing games. They're both playing games. First of all, this relationship sounds very unhealthy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When I read these messages, I'm like, you two should break up. Like, that's what I would highly recommend. You're both good looking people. You're obviously, you're settling. I don't think either of you is going to live happily ever after with the other. That's my take on it. It's therapist Turtleboy reading those messages. Why fight? Life's too short. And that's fine. People, it's the timing of it all. That's the really unfortunate part, is that they're having these discussions, like, and then he dies that night. Like, that's the really fucking horrible timing of it all, And, so the fact that he answered 3 times, like, and then he's like, stop calling me. It's like, but you answered 3 times, bro. You know what I mean? Like, she called 18 times. You answered 1 out of every 6 calls. Like, you could have just fucking blocked. I mean, first of all, the fact that you guys have a relationship like this cat and mouse relationship where one person calls, and like, I've been in this type of relationship before. You get sucked into it and then you're in it and you don't realize that you're in it. And I hate to say it, but like, it was like that with the fucking, the fake victim would be like this. It would be like, they love the chase. They love it when you call 10 times because they will pick up on the 11th. Like, they want you to fucking call a whole bunch of times just because they like to see you sweat a little bit. They know they're going to pick up on the 11th time. They know they're going to do it. And, and you look back on, you're like, why the fuck did I do that? I should call once and that's it. If you're not good enough to pick up on the first try, then fuck off, But everybody out there's been in a situation like this where you just get real comfortable with the person and then it just becomes a thing. I guarantee this is not the first time that they did something like this. Okay. But the mere fact that this man is answering 3 of those times tells you this is a fucking game that the 2 of them are playing, right? Where she knows he's going to pick up on the 6th call, and they're going to argue for a little bit and he's going to be like, I don't even want to deal with this. And click, call back. He's like, okay, let this bitch sweat this one out. Let her call 4 times, 5th time. What? You just going to yell at me again? You just going to yell at me? Really? No. And then eventually, they have a couple drinks and then they have wild makeup sex. And that's just how it goes. That's a relation. That's, it's just really bad timing that this happened, that he dies on this night. You know what I mean? Like, she was the perfect patsy for this shit. She really was.
Now, following that text message at 2:32 p.m. from Mr. O'Keefe, the defendant asking her to stop calling him, does the defendant keep calling?
Yes, she does.
And at some point, does Mr. O'Keefe call Ms. Reed back?
Yes, at about 3 p.m. on the 28th. Double check.
Thanks. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Sabrina, I can take each of the call. Hold on a second. Now, if I can turn your attention back to page 10 on the text message with respect.
Okay, so Mr. Lally, when you put your head down and when you walk away, we can't hear you. And so
we can't.
From Ms. Reed's response to Mr. O'Keefe at 2:32.
Yes, so 2:32 p.m. She says, why would you start with me this morning? And then followed up by 2:33, you're setting me up to fail.
You're setting me up.
If I can turn your attention to page 11 and ask you to continue from there.
Ms. Reed said you started a number of fights from your end. John, and that's at 2:33. At 2:33, John writes back, I've explained it a few times already, not doing it again.
How does the defendant respond to that?
So you're not into this anymore. And then John says, not into fighting all the time, correct. That's at 2:34 p.m.
If I can turn your attention to the top.
And this is such a guy-girl dynamic too. This is just like, not like it's just the dude is so less into this, putting less effort in, and but he's still engaging. Like, if John should have just ignored her, just let it go. I think he was kind of enjoying it just as much as she was. They're not enjoying it, but like, this was their life. This was the cycle that they were in.
Yes, 2:34. Ms. Reed says, if you tell me you're interested in someone else, you will never hear from me again. You can have all the space in the world. John writes back with his
Well, what is that supposed to mean? If you're interested in someone else, you could tell me. He ain't going to tell you. He's not going to tell you. Oh, actually, I was fucking thinking about, I went in the bath. Remember I went in the bathroom and I said I was taking a shit? Oh, I was jerking off to Ashley Brady, actually. It was fucking, I can't get over that one. Just a couple rounds in the spank tank. You're still going strong in there. Like, come on, Karen, act like you've been there before.
No contact at 2:34. And at 2:34, she says, then stop starting with me.
How does Mr. O'Keefe respond to that?
She is looking for reassurance, but that's immature, right? That's like, if you need to be assured constantly. No, I'm not trying to bang someone else. It's like, come on, you got to have more confidence in that. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real. But again, none of this is fucking murder. Like, he's engaging in this. He's engaging in it.
34, he writes back, I'm not answering, stop calling.
And if I could turn your attention to top of page 13.
Ms. Reed says, can you please answer after how you treated me earlier? John responds back at 2:35, 𝗫𝗄𝗄 is right here. Ms. Reed says, you're starting a rage with me out of nowhere, and then you tell me you're sick of fighting with me at 2:35. She writes at 2:38, I'm going to grab a drink in a bit.
If I could direct you to the top of page 14, sir.
She says, can you answer please at 2:38? He writes back at 2:39, no, Karen, I'm not sure why you need to announce that you're going drinking. Have fun. Karen writes back at 2:40, seeing if you want to meet me later. Can you please call me right after that?
And then if I could direct you to the top of page 15.
John writes back at 2:40, have to take him to the doctor, he has practice. Ms. Reed writes back, yeah, 5 minutes. John writes back at 2:43, my father just walked in. Karen writes back, okay, can you please call me for 2 minutes at 2:44?
The top of page 16, sir.
2:44, John writes back, not right now. Karen writes back, I'm there when anyone else needs me at 2:44. 2:46, yes, John, you gave me utter grief this morning. I'd like you to call me for a minute.
And the last one from that page, sir.
2:47, I've been trying to get over the hump with is arguing, and now you tell me you're not into things. If you don't want to fight weekly, but fly off the handle at 8 a.m. with me, like you're setting me up to fail.
So if I could draw your attention to page 42. Sir, if I could ask you to start reading from the top of page 42.
At 7:41 p.m., Karen writes, okay, let me know if you end up leaving. John writes back at 7:42, why? Now you're not coming? Karen writes back, I'm waiting for the plumber.
Sir, if I could ask you to start reading from the top of page 42.
So this is 7:41 now. Let me know if you end up leaving.
At 7:41 p.m., Karen writes, okay, let me know if you end up leaving. John writes back at 7:40.
Why? Now you're not coming? He sounds upset about it. Now you're not coming? Like, he wants her there. Give me a break.
Why? Now you're not coming? Karen writes back, I'm waiting for the plumber. Actually think he's in the driveway. 7:42.
Oh, the plumber.
John says 7:43, we're taking Mike's car, so I'm relying on you for a ride home if he leaves.
We're taking Mike's car, so I'm relying on you for a ride home if he leaves. You fucking taxi whore. And she still comes. She still comes. She was good enough for a ride, right? She was good enough to watch his kids.
Karen writes back at 7:43. He's not going home after. John writes back at 7:43, 8 on a Friday. He may have to get Michael. And you have a plumber coming over at 8. Knowing me and Papa could have handled it. Good luck. And that was at 7:44.
Thank you, sir. If I could direct your attention to page 49. If I could ask you to start from page 49, sir.
8:29 p.m. Yeah, but he lives right down the road. John writes back at 8:30. Karen, the storm is going to be intense. Can't drive. 8:30. She writes back, okay, well, if he can't, he can't. John writes back, I'll do it Monday. Karen responds at 8:31. I better not still have this problem on Monday. John writes back, plan on being there. Karen writes back at 8:32. I'd like to know, I can take a hot shower here if I need to. John writes back, figured you'd be in Canton till Monday.
I figured you'd be in Canton till Monday. I figured you'd be staying here the whole fucking weekend. That's what that means. I figured you'd just be staying here. But she's not welcome at the house, 𝗫𝗄𝗄𝗃. Excuse me?
I'd like to direct you to the top of next page 51.
John, I'm getting off my phone. Let me know what you're doing. Karen writes back at 8:33. I think the four of us together is toxic to this relationship. Would like to limit it. And then says, you've said so yourself for probably a year now. And John writes back at 8:33. Blizzard tomorrow. Nobody's going anywhere.
Sir, if I direct you to the top of page 52.
Okay. Karen says, maybe I'll come back late tonight. Bad snow is in the early a.m. That's at 8:35. And again, 8:35. I'll head up there in a few minutes. Let me know if you leave. John replies back, sure. And then the next one's not until 12:55 a.m. on the 29th. I'm going home.
Wow. So there you go. So let's go back to 𝗫𝗄𝗄𝗃's stupid tweet, Kerry. All right. And you said, Kerry, that no one else was asked to leave John O'Keefe's house because the relationship had run its course. I don't see anything there saying you have to leave the house. You can't. He's like asking her, you coming? You're not coming? You're not going to give me a ride? You're not going to drive me around? You're not going to stay for 3 nights? What do you need a plumber for? Me and my dad can fix it. You know? All right. So that one's wrong. One down. Next one. No one else tried to pursue another relationship while still dating John. I want to laugh at that one. That was the stupidest one of all. Tried to pursue a relationship. You call that pursuing a relationship? Kerry, That's what qualifies as romance in your universe. Stop it. Stop it. She told a fat guy that he was sexy or something to that nature. Just so, and then the fat guy was like, really? You think I'm sexy? Really? You're not messing with me? You really do? Really? I think you're hot. You're hot. You're definitely hot. Yeah. You know, you wrong. You wrong. And yeah. And then they briefly did a tap kiss in the garage. And then for the next 2 weeks, she ghosted him. So that, I guess that's called pursuing a relationship with a decorated dude, I guess. So I think you're 0 for 2, Carrie. Next one. No one else argued with John all day before they went out. Argued with him all day? You call that an argument? I mean, they went back and forth. They discussed their relationship, the status of it, her feelings, his feeling. He was busy. He didn't want to talk to her. And then later on, he's like, so you're coming, right? So I wouldn't call that arguing all day, Carrie. You're 0 for 3. No one else's car reversed at 24 miles an hour at the exact time John's phone stopped moving. Riddle me this. I will give you $1,000, Carrie Llama, if you can show me where it was ever stated at trial, where it was ever proven that she went 24 miles an hour in reverse at 12:32. Can you do that? Because I saw a whole thing on presentation on key cycles, and key cycle 1162 was the murder key cycle. And that's one where they say that she went 24 miles an hour in reverse. That's the big one, right? I saw that one, but I didn't see anything on it that said 12:32. So that's 0 for 4. Okay. And the car definitely didn't go 24 miles an hour in reverse in just 62 feet because it's physically impossible to do. Physically impossible to do. So you're 0 for 4, Kerry. Next one. No one else left those vile messages for John. Well, Kerry, those, of course, those didn't hit home the way that the prosecution hoped they would. Those voicemails, because all those voicemails did is create the illusion that, or create the, not the illusion, the impression that she didn't know John was incapacitated. She did not know that. Because that's not the kind of thing you say. I fucking hate you, John. You're a fucking pervert. You don't say anything like that if you think he's dead at all. Makes no sense. 0 for 5. No one else called their parents throughout the night. She called her mom once at 1:15. That's it. That's it. That's what her records show. She called her mom once. She didn't pick up. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all. That's their smoking gun. That's all you got. Like, that's what constitutes evidence. No one else's phone showed them going up and down 3 flights of stairs. How about that? Who did that one? No one else Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m. Next one. So that's another one that's wrong. No one else woke up John's niece and said, what if I hit him? And maybe I did something. Maybe a snowplow hit him. So they're saying that the niece said this. The niece, who has been fully indoctrinated, by the way, into the 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗆 world, who was not spoken to by investigators until February 22nd, after they had filled their brain with propaganda that Karen Reed was a killer. This is all hearsay. This means nothing. Maybe I did something. Maybe a snowplow hit him. Yeah, that's called trying to figure out what the fuck happened to your boyfriend. Like, what happened? Could a snowplow have hit him? Maybe I did something. Who testified that she said that? Again, hearsay. Another big swing and a miss there, 𝗿𝗄𝗯. No one else called John's friend, Jen McCabe, John's friend. You mean the guy in the snow? Yeah, the man in the snow. No one else called John's friend, Jen McCabe, yelling that John never came home, that they had fought, and that she had left him at the waterfall bar. Where's the incriminating part there? Of course she's going to call the person who invited John over there and say, where is he? Of course she's going to call John and say that he never came home, that they had fought. Give me a break. That's what Jen McCabe says that Karen Reed said. And that she had left him at the waterfall bar. Again, that's a woman trying to fucking figure out where the fuck is he? Where could he be? Let's retrace our steps. Nothing suspicious about that at all. Next one. No one else called Carrie Roberts, John's lifelong friend, at 5 a.m. screaming, Carrie, 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 John is dead, and then said, I think a plow hit him. So I guarantee she never called Carrie and said, Carrie, John is dead at 5 a.m. Carrie Roberts also claimed, wrongly, keep in mind, Carrie is also the same person that had to put a fucking timeline together with Jen McCabe, and who Jen McCabe was talking to the entire day on the phone. The entire day. There's no evidence whatsoever that Karen Reed actually said this to Carrie Roberts at that time. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So you got nothing, Carrie. You got nothing, 𝗿𝗄𝗯. Next. No one else said that they couldn't remember the night because they were so drunk. She could remember part of the night. She said she couldn't remember anything. What is she, the fake victim? She blacked out? Is that what they're saying? Maybe she had 2 drinks. Maybe John roofied her. Is that what they're saying? No one else said that they couldn't remember the night because they were so drunk. I don't remember Karen Reed saying she couldn't remember the entire night. I don't think she said that. Don't remember saying that. Next one. No one else drove to the waterfall bar after leaving John's house. Wait, drove to the waterfall? Oh, after leaving John's house. Despite claiming to multiple news organizations afterwards that they saw John go inside Fairview. Just because she saw him go into 34 Fairview Road does not mean that she assumed he stayed there the whole night. Right? For now, she's confused. Now she's confused. And when she spoke to Jen in the morning, Jen told her that John never came in the house. That John, he never came. I don't know what happened. So now she's like, where the fuck could he be then? Did he leave? Did he go to, was he sneaking around to me? Did Ashley Brady, that whore, pick him up? She doesn't know. So there's that. No one else drove by the Canton Temple at 5:18 a.m. and for some reason didn't arrive at Jen and Matt's house until 5:35. It's a 3 to 4 minute drive. Where was she? Who can answer this question? They love to bring this one up because, of course, what do they say? They say that she drove by, she went back to 34 Fairview Road to make sure that motherfucker was dead. Dead. Just make sure. And then brought Jen and Kerry back there to discover John's body with her. Right. Who is 𝗿𝗄𝗯? 𝗿𝗄𝗯 was the chick who was with Jen McCabe at the that showed up to spy on the Karen Reed supporters the other day. She's this insufferable woman, as Erica Walsh puts it on Twitter. And how does she know nobody else drove any of those places when they have their GPS data? Because they only have Karen's. They do have Karen's GPS data. They can find out literally every movement that she went. They could tell you. Why don't they? Why don't they? Yeah, the waterfall is the first place that she went to, right? What time did she allegedly get to Jen McCabe's? Like 5:35 or some shit, and start honking the horn and whatever. Okay. Next, what else do we have here? No one else pulled into Jen McCabe's driveway uninvited at 5:35 a.m. screaming like a lunatic. Why was she screaming? Well, that's what Matt McCabe says she was screaming. I have a hard time believing that she actually, Jen, remember that, Jen? They both said it the exact same way, almost like it was coached, almost like it was rehearsed. Right. No one else, again, there's no evidence of this whatsoever that she was doing that. Either way, she's panicking, looking for her fucking boyfriend, and she has no idea where she is, so she's freaking out. No one else showed Kerry and Jen their broken taillight before John was found and claimed they had no idea how it happened. Oh, you mean the one that they claim happened on video, and then the Ring camera video shows no such thing happened? That thing? Oh, right. And by the way, Karen Reed realized that her taillight was indeed cracked. Nobody disputes that the taillight was cracked. The problem is that it was smashed to smithereens by the time that Michael Proctor got his hands on it. So there's that. No one else said, I hit him to multiple people at the scene. Oh, right. Yeah. Because it says so in a police report, right? Oh, wait. There's 5 police reports from there. Not one of them says that. Not one. Who said it? Who claims she said it? Oh, Katie McLaughlin. She's the one that says that Karen Reed said it. Right in front of Jen McCabe and Officer Saraf when the 4 of them were together. Officer Saraf testified that he never heard her say that. Interesting. No one else heard that. So that is debunked. I hit him. Debunked. No one else told their father that they struck something while at the hospital. Yeah, because she had a cracked taillight and she backed into John's car. So there you go. It's on video. No one else's car was documented with a broken taillight by police body cam at 8:22 a.m. It was a cracked taillight. It doesn't show the other side of the taillight. The majority of the taillight is on the side of the car, which you can't see from that angle. We do not see that part of the taillight shattered. There is clearly a hole on the right-hand side, like it was cracked, not completely destroyed. So there's that. Next. No one else's taillight was found at the scene of John O'Keefe's death, except there was no taillight found at the scene. None. No taillight was found at the scene of John O'Keefe's death when the Canton police searched it at 7 a.m. with a leaf blower. 0 pieces of taillight were found. 0. So that's just a lie. It's another lie. No taillight was found. No one else's taillight was found embedded in John O'Keefe's clothing. Embedded in there. And that taillight was found 18 months afterwards. 18 months. They finally let's examine his clothing. Oh, fuck. There's microscopic taillight all over it. After they accused them of planting it. It was almost like they wanted to make their case stronger. Almost like this is a cover-up. No one else's car had a piece of John's hair in it. Oh, yeah. No one else had a car that was parked inside John O'Keefe's house constantly. So there's that. Yeah, you're right. Jen McCabe's car did not have any pieces of John O'Keefe's hair that we know of on her bumper or car at all because they don't live together. Debunked. Next. No one else had shards of John's cocktail glass on their bumper. Did they ever prove that shard of glass that remained on the car for 40 miles back and forth to Dighton, Did they ever prove that that shard of cocktail glass was from John O'Keefe's cocktail glass? Was that from the same was that ever proven? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the opposite. I'm pretty sure that they testified that it wasn't from the glass. It was a different glass, 𝗪𝗟𝗏. You might want to go back and watch some of that testimony. It was a different glass, dear. Okay? So, debunked. No one else stood in the driveway with their father staring at the broken taillight. Oh, can you show me that video? Did that happen? I must have missed that one. That's it. So I guess that means she killed them because she looked at a taillight. That's what you're saying. No one else's sister-in-law stood there examining their damaged taillight in John's drive. Examining, huh? Oh, yeah. How come you didn't call her as a witness then? Why didn't you call her as a witness? She doesn't have immunity. She would have to say what she saw, right? Why don't you call her as a witness then? No one else visited John's house after his death, only to immediately disappear upstairs for 20 minutes and leave in the middle of a blizzard right after John died. Yeah, no one else came into a house and was immediately accused of killing John by John's mother, who also didn't like her to begin with. No one else was put. I mean, this is the stupidest list ever. This is what we're up against. We're going up against really, really stupid people, like some of the dumbest people on the internet. You got to be really fucking stupid to believe that Karen Read murdered John O'Keefe. I mean, you have to be fucking retarded. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you actually believe that John O'Keefe was hit by Karen Read's car, you are retarded. And that's all there is to it. And we shouldn't be nice to you. We should laugh at you. We should mock you because you are a joke. Next one. No one else told John's sister-in-law that they would never speak again that same morning. So what? What the fuck does that prove? Okay. I guess that means that the 𝗪𝗏 expert's testimony saying that John wasn't hit by a car, it doesn't matter anymore because Erin O'Keefe testified that she said, we're never going to speak again. Okay. No one else's attorney stated at the arraignment that they had no criminal intent. Yeah, because she didn't hit him. And no criminal intent. They love to point this one out. Then why didn't David Yannetti say it was a conspiracy at our arraignment? All he said there was no criminal intent because there wasn't. He didn't. Not once did he concede that Karen Read hit John O'Keefe with the car. Ever. That never happened. No one else went rogue immediately after John's death, including not contacting anyone involved the next day to discuss what could have happened to John. Not even call saying, hey, what happened last night, guys? And honestly, like, Karl Dugal is so stupid that that's all it would have took. I do think that, if I were in Karen Read's shoes, I would have done it differently than her. At least I say I would have. But I'm also a dude, and I'm a little bit more cool under fire. We go to war and shit, men. You know what I mean? Women, it's just you're not as good on the firing lines, under pressure with stress like that. You're just not. We're better at it than you guys. And so, you guys are more emotional. So in this situation, Karen Read is less likely, I think. I would have just called up Karl and been like, what the fuck's going on, my brother? And he could have won she could have won Karl Dugal over. And I think this is where she fucked up. I got to call it as I see it. I think if again, she was in distress. I'm not blaming her for this. Okay. But I think she could have done more. Had she known ahead of time that this was going to be like a big issue that they're going to focus on, I would have just tickled them, tickled the balls a little bit, make him feel. Karl just wanted to feel good about himself. That's all. Karl wanted a call back. Give him a call back. Make Make Karl feel good about himself. This would be a whole different ball game if she had Karl Dugal on, like people like Karl Dugal on her side, people like coming to court with her. You know, it does suck that like John's got this crew of friends and family that are just like, fuck the facts. Karen's a bitch. That's all they care about. They just don't like her. I would do a lot of things differently if I were Karen Read. I would not do the faces in court. I would not, you know, it's by far her biggest obstacle is herself. I will give you that. I would not have done any of those fucking interviews with, you know, 2020 because they're just going to take everything. I understand why she wanted to do it, but none of that has helped her. None of that has helped her. You know, so I wouldn't do it. I would do things very differently if I was her. And on that day, on the 29th, or at least the 30th, I would have started kissing these people's asses a little bit, you know, that's what again, I'm not blaming her for this, but like I said, you just got to tickle their balls a little bit, you know, make Karl Dugal is a simple person, you know, you just got to make him feel happy. You got to make him feel loved, you know, and if you have those guys on your, and because they were done, if you ask any of these people, they made their mind up based on Karen Read's behavior at the house that day. It's stupid. It defies logic. It doesn't make any sense, right? But in hindsight, which as Candy says here is, you know, 2020, in hindsight, it definitely would have solved a lot of problems. You know what I mean? You got to call it as you see it. I'm just saying. All right. But again, that doesn't mean shit. Of course, you know, like these people are being, she doesn't know. She's like thinking in her head that these people all think that I killed John. This is awkward. You know what I mean? Like, this is awkward. I'm clearly being accused of something here. They're going to arrest me for this. She knows it's coming by January 30th. They're already lining up, you know, Katie McLaughlin and others, whatever. So they took her car. Like, she knows that, like, they're coming after me. They're going to blame me for this. It was pretty obvious at that point. And if you're in her shoes, you got to be thinking, like, Karl Dugal thinks I killed John. He already thinks that. I'm not going to call it. You know what I mean? That's another good point, Nicole. I didn't even think of that. It's a great point. Call them on what? They took her phone. That's a great fucking point. Right? No one else immediately after John's death, including not contacting anyone involved the next day. With what phone? She doesn't have the fucking phone, you know? So who's she going to call? There you go. That's such a great point. So there you go. Next up. What else is wrong about this? She says, no one else lied about bad blood between John and Colin. It sounded like bad blood to me. Sounded maybe not your typical motive to murder. I agree. It's not a motive to murder because I don't think this was a planned murder. They always point this out. Oh, you guys, that's crazy. Why would they invite him over there just to murder him? Because that wasn't the plan, dipshit. Who's that? I've never said that was the plan. Men fight sometimes, especially meatheads. We're dealing with a lot of meatheads here. Meatheads love to fight, no matter how old they get. They love to fight. They love it. Fight around the world. And, you know, Brian Albert's like, oh, John O'Keefe's coming over later, and he loves to fight. He wants to come here. He's going to fight me. And, you know, they fight him a little bit, and then it goes wrong. And it can go wrong. You hit your head at the wrong angle on a stair, anything like that. You know, he gets knocked unconscious. He starts convulsing. Some freak shit. I think some freak shit happened, man. Some 1 in a million type shit in that house. However, he got hit. They didn't. I do not believe for a second that they were like, yeah, let's fucking murder this motherfucker. That makes no sense. Agreed. Next. No one else started a PR campaign of terror to destroy every single witness in this case, also known as a third-party culprit defense, which is not at all an admittance of any sort of guilt. I mean, this is how stupid these people are. What does she got?
I had told both Jen and Carrie that I cracked my taillight. I had told both Jen and Carrie that I cracked my taillight.
I never would have left.
Cracked.
I never would have
cracked. There's a big difference between cracking your taillight and breaking it, isn't there? And like smashing it to smithereens.
have left John O'Keefe out in the cold to die because he was my friend that I loved.
Like that's the part that she puts in. Oh, now I'm sold. Oh, Jen McCabe says he loved John. Jen McCabe says she loved John O'Keefe. So therefore, and she didn't notice his body when she left the house. All four of them, the four people in her car. Not one of them noticed his, his huge body line right there, right in front of them. They didn't see that. But yeah, right.
I tried to call her, I think a couple times back to be like, what is going on? Finally, she called me back again and she said, I'm afraid John might be dead. He might have gotten hit by a plow. He did not come home last night. I was not supposed to.
So she didn't even say that John is dead?
I'm afraid John might be dead.
Might be dead.
He might have gotten hit by a plow.
I'm afraid John might be dead. He might have gotten hit by a plow. Assuming that's even true, nothing about that is incriminating. Nothing. He might be dead. Right. Where is he? She's worried. I'm afraid John might be dead. He might have gotten hit by a plow, right? Because Jenny over here told me he never came in the house. So did he leave and start walking and get hit by a plow? I'm afraid he might be dead. Might be. Not is. Might be.
Did not come home last night. I was not supposed to stay in Canton last night, and he would never leave Kaylee alone.
And you're going to learn some shit about this one that I can't talk about right now. But you're going to learn some shit about this one. She's a lot more involved than you think in this whole thing. She is not she is bad. She's, I don't know who the fuck this woman thinks she is, but there's some more shit's going to come out, baby. More shit's going to come out. Her, Steve Nelson, Jen McCabe, Proctor. We know what you guys did. We know. Karen Reed knows too. Public doesn't know yet. They're going to find out. Trial 2. I don't know how the shit didn't come out in the first trial. It's good.
I think something happened.
I promised that I would find John and
Oh my
everything
God.
was going to be okay.
Oh my God.
I promised that I would find John and everything was going to be okay.
She actually put that in there. Imagine that's real. Oh my God. Steve Nelson is the victim witness advocate, and he's not a fan of mine. He doesn't like when Steve Nelson does not like when I write articles about him, when I mention him in articles. He does not like that. I can't wait to see him again. All right. So, yeah. So that's just the easiest thing to debunk. I mean, it's just so stupid. All right. Let me read some turtle chats here. All right, first up, KP's lost CPAP machine sends $10 and goes, does KP have COPD? She sounds like an end-of-life emphysema patient breathing into the mic on the 911 phone call. That or a basement rate phone sex operator. Ew, phone sex with Krusty? Oh, it's called a boner killer, dude. Come on. Give me a break. All right. Erin sends $50 and goes, if my husband or kids aren't home when they say they will be, my immediate thought is that they're dead in a ditch somewhere. Well, that's morbid. Karen saying John is dead. That's called anxiety. Nothing more. Yeah. I mean, it's worried. Like you don't know if he's alive, like not being able to reach someone that's always reachable and they're not answering their phone. And then you start getting in your head, like, what happened? Is he okay? Oh my God. He didn't, like, you saw their messages. the state of their relationship, the nature of their relationship, based on what those messages that I read, was she annoys him, right? She sends him like 4 or 5 texts in a row. She busts his balls. She's on him, you know. You just want to end this, John? What's going on? You can tell the women, and him being like, I don't want to talk about this right now. We already talked about this earlier. I said I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. So it's like 4 or 5 messages, and then he sends 1. That is how their relationship appeared to work. Okay. So he always texts back. He always answers. You know, he always answers. And yeah. People are like, why can't we know now? Protective order, brother. Protective order. Or sister, sorry. So I can't tell you. But you'll find out. It'll be good, I promise. All right. Next up. Yeah, that is anxiety. So thank you. 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗃 sends $5. So yeah, basically what I was saying there is, so it's unusual for him not to respond. So she starts thinking the worst, and then it gets in her head. And as it turns out, she was right. So there's that. Next up, Katie sends $5 and goes, I know this is off the subject, but you wrote an article years ago about my old neighbor, and I forgot the story. I grew up on the same street with her and her crazy sister in Fitchburg. Her name is Courtney 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗃. She was a madame, I believe. Okay. Oh, the sex party people? Wait, they just pled guilty? I remember I wrote about this years ago. You can always just Google, by the way, Turtleboy Sports, and then write the person's name. I Googled that. I wrote a story about her in 2015. The Hubbardston madame who organized the Auburn gangbang is the most cutthroat businesswoman I've ever seen. Yes. So that was her. And I don't even know I forget that story is about. But then I see on the turtlegram.com, I see the headline, defendants in Auburn sex party case plead guilty. So it's been resolved 9 years later. So apparently there was some sex party there. So thank you very much for that, Dono. Katie. Nan Gallagher. Holy fucking shit. Nan Gallagher donates $500. Donates $500 and says, donating my attorney hourly rate to you. You've got this, Dr. Turtleboy. Stand your ground. I also donated equal amounts to Karen and the Glare. Nan Gallagher, attorney. I'm looking her up right now. Oh, man. She's from Morristown, New Jersey. Oh, it's where my family, it's where my mother's from. She's from, my mother's from Mountain Lakes, New Jersey, actually, which you got to go. Morristown's a little south of there on 287, I believe. But it's always the sign you see on 287. That's like the big town in Morris County is Morristown. So she apparently works there. She's an attorney. And Will has started this trend in which, because that other attorney from Dallas donated her hourly rate to it. And that's awesome. I love seeing this. And I would love, Nan, and not just because you donated to me, I'd love to have you on the show to talk about this. On Saturday, I'm going to have a lawyer on, our guy, Brother Counsel, the Jewish guy, with the yarmulke there. The attorney, he's new to the grifting game. He's a grifter like us, and he's going to come on here and we're going to talk about the Canton case together. Check out his channel. It's excellent. I highly recommend it. But that's a good point. It is so cool to see people who know the law donating, because they know better than anyone how crooked this all is. They know better than anyone how wrong all of this is. So there's that. And so, yeah, thank you very much to Nan Gallagher. I mean, what kind of law does she do? Healthcare professionals. Yeah. Legal and advisory services to physicians, Okay. I don't know, but still great to see. Love seeing it. So thank you. So she's not even like a criminal defense attorney who's inclined to, always support the defendant. This is an attorney from New Jersey who's just watching this case and sees how wrong it is. And both lawyers are good looking women. Let's be honest. So far, 2 for 2, not too shabby. Thank you very much, Nan. All right. Linda sends $10, goes, Doctor, it was nice to meet you and beautiful Meredith at the Meal of Food last week. You should raffle off a dinner with you like Karen and Jackson. Yes, we should do that. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. Let's do it. Should we raffle that off? A dinner. Could have some fun with that. For sure. I like it. So thank you very much. It was great to meet you too, Linda. Just so we're clear, it's only grifting if you believe in Karen's innocence. Yes, we don't actually mean they're actually grifters. We're kind of mocking them, how Plevin calls them grifters. It's like, so like 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗄 kind of started this trend. He's like, I don't know what the hell is a grifter. I don't know. I'm accused of being a grifter for believing Karen Reed is, innocent because I'm following the facts. I guess that makes me a grifter, So there we go. So we have kind of appropriate. It's like, if you're black in the N-word, it's the same thing. It's like, you can call yourself a grifter. It's an insulting name. It's an insulting word, grifter, right? But if you're one of us, we can say it. We can say it. It's just like the N-word with black people. It's like, it's a very insulting word. But if you're black, you can say it because it's like you're taking the power back from that word, and with me, it's like, oh, you calling us grifters? Then fine. We're going to embrace it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we are grifters. Grifters unite. That's why when we had that Last Supper there, it was like the meeting of the great grifters. It was awesome. All the grifters having a meal of food together. It was fantastic. All right. Next one. Let's see. Eric sends $5 and says, Wade and Holly Hunter for president and first lady in 2028. Yes, they're a great couple. Thank you very much, Eric JN. Lindsay's broken taillight, Arendelle. Drunken Lindsay broke me. Justice for the broken taillight. Yeah, she had a broken taillight too. I wonder if she killed someone. But that was most likely part of an insurance scam. I guess I found about Grace explained the insurance scam after that the Ratchets like to run. What they do is, right, they don't want to pay the $1,000 deductible. That's how, because they don't want to pay any cash for anything because they're broke. So they just say, oh, just do the job, but do a little bit, do $1,000 less than you. So don't finish it. You can leave part of it broken. You know what I mean? And so she had gotten in 2 car accidents in December. She claims they weren't her fault. We'll see. So I guarantee that taillight was still broken from that. Guaranteed. All right. Susan sends $10, goes, please remind me, who is Karl Dugal? Thanks. Karl Dugal is John's best, or not best friend, or it was one of John's friends, close friends, who is a Boston police detective who showed up at court on May 24, 2023 and kind of heckled Karen Reed and, harassed her. And I didn't know who he was at the time. I'm like, who are you? And as it turns out, he had messaged me previously and asked me to, he said he kind of liked me at first. He doesn't like me now. But because I started escorting him to his car at hearings. I'll show you. It became a tradition. We would just walk Karl Dugal to his car. Look at all this.
Oh boy.
Shameful.
It's gonna be good.
There's Karl Dugal. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace to the Boston Police Department. He's a disgrace. He needs a personal escort. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that power. He had a lot to say to Karen Reed. He had a lot to say to her on May 24th. Not so much to say now, huh, Karl? Not so much to say now, do you? There's Karl Dugal. He is a disgrace to the Boston Police Department. Karl is well aware that Karen Reed did not kill it. But Karl's feelings got hurt. Karl's feelings got hurt because Karen didn't call him back while he was experiencing trauma. Is that true, Karl? Are your feelings still hurt? Karl, can I ask you something? Why did you keep your car at Karen Reed's house for 6 months after John was killed? Why did you do that? So you were using her, right? She was useful to you, wasn't she? She was useful to you. After she was charged with murder that you know she didn't commit, you allowed your car to sit in storage at their house for the next 6 months. Why did you do that, Karl? Why didn't you go and get your car? Karl, is it your person? He's horrible. He's horrible. His wife is just as bad. Her name is Jackie Dugal. She calls herself Fit Mom. She had a lot to say to Karen Reed. She's a mean girl. She's a bully. She's a bully. She's a bad person. She's a disgrace. And Karl is a glutton for punishment. Look at him. Karl, why don't you wear your assless chaps today? You comment on those? Karl, on the assless chaps? No? Look at what a scum. What a loser. What a loser. Loser. What a loser. Disgraceful now.
This is great, man. I love this shit. I miss this. I miss this.
John O'Keefe is looking down from heaven at you and shaking his head. He is shaking his head. John deserved a better friend than you. Here's the old man car. Here's the old man car. There he goes.
He kisses her before she gets in. He kisses her right there.
Disgraceful. Disgrace. Look at him. Bring shame to the Boston Police Department.
I know. I'm shocked I didn't get charged for this because according to the statute, anyone who attends a criminal proceeding qualifies as a witness. Anyone who is a cop, which he is, so technically they could have charged me with this one. They could have charged me with Jill Daniels. There's a few where I'm like, why didn't they charge me for that one? Not that I'm giving him any ideas.
Why do you do this to yourself, Karl? Why do you do this to yourself? Are you a glutton for punishment, Karl? When she does that, boo! Loser! You want a loser! That's all. John deserves better friends than that. What a poor John. Poor John. He must be looking down from heaven and just shaking his head. Disgrace. John deserves better friends than that.
And that was the first. That was the second time we escorted him to his car. Where's the first one where we escort Karl to his car? Oh, here it is. Round one.
Karl, do you think it's appropriate to harass innocent women while they're on the courthouse steps? How can you have so much to say to Karen Reed, but you don't have anything to say to me? Karl, are you worried that you're disgracing the Boston Police Department? Do you think it's appropriate as a Boston police detective to treat innocent women like that? Do you think that's appropriate? Do you? How do you feel about disgracing the legacy of John O'Keefe by showing up every day with the people who murdered him?
Did anyone really ever call him Jake?
Do you feel bad about that at all? Are you ashamed of that? What do you think of Jen McCabe's 227 Google call? Give it Google search for how long to die in cold. Well, your supposed friend was dying in the cold. She wanted to know how long it would take for him to expire. What do you have to say about that, detective? What happens when a situation like that is brought to your desk at the Boston Police Department? Do you just often decide who's innocent or guilty based on a feeling? Do you feel that Karen Reed owed you a phone call that morning? Is that what this is all about? You got your feelings hurt by a woman? Is that what this is about? That you got your feelings hurt? That Karen Reed was experiencing trauma. Trauma. She just watched her boyfriend die in front of her because your thug friends killed her. They killed her. And she didn't call you up to see how you were doing, and that hurt your precious feelings. Are you at all ashamed? No, look at him. Are you? How come you had so much to say to Karen Reed that day? You had a real big mouth, and you got nothing to say now. What's up with that? Do you have any comment about that? What do you?
He's not a hard-hitting question.
Brothers in blue.
This is journalism. This is journalism.
Your daughter. Your daughter gets wrongly accused of a crime, murdered. Do you have any comment on that? Any comment?
I don't think it does, Ben.
Yeah, what evidence do you think there is? How come you got nothing to say? I mean, if there's so much evidence, if she did it, then isn't there mountains of evidence that you could just cite right now? Can you say one thing? One thing. Can you got anything? Do you got anything? Do you have anything? Is that how do the Boston Police Department, if they find a body on you're a tough girl there, huh? Intimidating her, Really? You got nothing to say. You have nothing to say. Nothing. Disgraceful.
Oh, this Ken Dugal.
Look at this. Fake cop.
Remember, we paid
Fake
you
cop. Fake cop.
Veteran, my ass.
Fake cop.
I mean, so that's Karl. So thank you for the dono. That's Karl. All right. Let's see if we have any more here. Turtle chats. Courtney sends $10 and goes, Kearney would have voted not guilty. Yes, he would have. I mean, anyone with the brain would have. But Kearney was gifted. He was gifted. I'll be right back. Hold on. I got to get my charger. I'm dying. All right, we're charged up there. Yeah, Kearney was not your average fetus. He was a special one. So July 4th would have been 1 year old. Would have been 1 year old. We could have just had our 6 month. Could have just had his first half birthday. It was stolen from me. Stolen from me. All right. Next up, cash. We got a couple cash apps here. One from Meatball, or all three are from. We have 4 here. Dominique sends 10 and says, see the justice page. Karen called out Proctor's mom. Whoa, let's go to that. Did she really? I got to, like, on the page. Oh, God. I got to see this. Let's go check this out. I got to see this. All right. Miss Piggy, a.k.a. Courtney Proctor Elberg, now Courtney Diana, and their mother is supporting this douchebag. Fire Mike Proctor. Courtney Proctor needs to be investigated by the FBI for colluding with her brother. And so, Merry Christmas from the Elbergs. And so that's the husband. That's Proctor's brother-in-law. We support Detective Proctor. Oh, for fuck off. Fuck off. All right, so that's it. That's the whole thing. So did she comment on this? Let's see. Yeah, I don't like they used the footage of him returning home for his from his court martial. I like how she's commenting on shit now. They used the footage of him returning home from his court martial. I know. Isn't that perfect? Pretty sure they can't call him detective either. Oh, she's sassy. Love it. And they just changed their photos. Okay. Is he even a detective? Yeah. So is that what you were talking about, Karen, recalling him out? Is that what you're talking about? I don't see Karen. Karen Proctor wrote, very proud of you, very proud of my trooper. Someday it will be you. Okay. What's this? Oh, God. Is this a recent picture? Where are these pictures coming from? Why am I down there at the bottom? What is happening right now? What's this? Let's see. All right. Now, oh, God, Elizabeth. She's so fucking evil. Oh. Yeah, what happened to his beard? They got rid of that thing? I feel bad for his kids. They seem nice. Like I said, he got so mad when I said that I was going to teach his kids how to throw a spiral football, but I'm like, dude, well, someone has to. I thought I was being a nice guy. Like, well, I'll help raise the kids. Like, they seem nice. I got nothing. Like, it's not their fault their dad's a scumbag, you know? Anyway, so I don't see the part where Karen calls out his mom. Did I miss something? I guess I can go back and see here. Why isn't that working when you click on that? Is this like a new Facebook thing? Timeout. Contacts are fucking coming out, reaching that point of the night. Oh, there it is. Justice for John O'Keefe. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Unless I'm blind. But, all right, cool. So there's that. Thank you for that, Dono. Next one is from Meatball Morrissey's Sketty Stain. Donates $20 and says, I'm donating to the grift. Well, thank you very much for that one. Next one is from same person. It says, I'm crying about the video of the Dugals. Always a classic. And then says, where is Dugal's girlfriend's neck? It's in the same place as their chin. Non-existent. Non-existent. So there's that. All right. Let me refresh this. Matthew sends $25 in the turtle chat and says, please don't read out loud my full name. Hi, Doc. Keep up the great work. Sending lots of good vibes from Melbourne, Australia, mate. Sorry if you've covered this before, but I would love your opinion on the 911 call from that crazy witch when they found John's body, because it seems like the operator guessed the injuries to John's head like he was finishing her sentence. I wonder if they can find any communication between anyone involved in the 911 operator. Yeah, that's not a thing at all. I noticed this when watching a YouTube short recently. I apologize if this is nothing. Yeah, if you're suggesting that the 911 operator is in on it, just no, just no, absolutely not. But certainly the tape itself is worth analyzing, because Jennifer McCabe is suspicious enough in that call on her own to justify being suspicious. So, all right, anyone else got anything? All right. All right. It's a shorter show. These shows used to be 2 hours. They've started to get to like 3.5. But quite frankly, I just wanted to riff about 𝗫𝗄𝗄𝗯's stupid tweet there. I'm like, that's the content for tonight's show. That stupid tweet. I can work with that. I can turn that into a show. But anyone else got anything to say in the comments or anything? There's a man in the snow. Oh yeah, I can't go in the house. Oh yeah, by the way, my sister lives there. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, I should go in there, but I'm going to wait till 6:35 to go in and make sure they're alive, even though there's a dead guy on their lawn. Spicy Karen. I know. Clay Kearney could have been a grifter. He could have followed in the family bloodline. I mean, she is the ultimate grifter, is she not? She's a much better grifter than I am, you know. And if you haven't seen the post from her, it's too good. It's just, you're like, dude, you got to be shitting me, Grant. Let's see. Yeah, this is she's put out her first public statement, Grant says. Like, about, okay, let's see what it says. Let's play along here. It says, I want to thank everyone who's been kind enough to donate to this fundraiser. The messages and prayers that you've sent have given me strength and hope to keep going. Keep going what? Keep, like, dude, everyone in her life is telling her to stop. And she's like, well, strangers giving me money are telling me to keep going, so I'm going to keep doing it for you guys. No, she's doing it for me. Like, that's all this is. This is all about me. Okay. I read them over and over, especially in recent weeks when it's become difficult to see the sun through the clouds. It means more to me than you will realize. Also, I will fucking murder you and your kids. Also that. I want to specifically thank my small circle of friends who have been the subject of personal attacks, aka Grant and Crazy Julie, simply for organizing this fundraiser and standing up for the truth. That's a shot at 𝗵𝗄𝗄 and Gaffney and 𝗵𝗵𝗱. They gain nothing by trying to help me. And certainly, well, Grant thinks he's going to get his dick wet. That he thinks he is. But you're right. He does gain nothing, though. So far, he has gained nothing from this at all. Goes on to say, and certainly don't deserve the onslaught of harassment that they've received. I will always remember these friends who have stood by me in my darkest times, when there was zero benefit for them. How is this dark for her? Like, what? All right. Which brings me to something I need to address. This is and always has been the official and only fundraiser created in my name. This is not the only one. There's been several others prior to this. There's much more that I would like to say and address, but right now I'm going to leave it at that. I will not engage to reciprocate in the disappointing behavior that has been taking place. Oh, that's a shot at 𝗵𝗄𝗄. Disappointed. This past year taught me a lot. I've seen the absolute worst of humanity. My children and I have been the subject of vicious harassment and complete lies. No one harassed this woman's children at all. It's always the children. Always hiding behind the children. Nobody said shit about the children. Nobody, just her. This is what these deadbeat DCF moms always do. They always hide behind, you're attacking my children. No, we're saying you're a shitty mom. We're not saying the kids deserve better. You know, the kids deserve the mom who actually, couldn't lose them.
Dude, to get your kid taken in Massachusetts as a female, bruh, yeah. You
right.
literally, they gotta catch you fucking pimping her out and fucking lighting your crack pipe off its head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, unless her daughter was at the liquor store, I don't believe Kate found her for 1 second. Not one.
I think.
But I mean, two aren't there. It's two that aren't there.
About a girl about sex.
And one of them buried his digit in his sister. Do you understand that, man?
Oh,
I
man,
have no doubt this broad's been fucking sucking dick for a fucking way to go. Like, I don't want that to be the truth.
The kid?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what Brett was saying about Krusty's. I mean, he said some vicious things, but she's also best friends with him now. He was at court when the kid tried to get the restraining order on me. What else we got here?
I have no doubt this broad's been fucking sucking dick for a fucking way to go. Like, I don't want that to be the truth.
The kid?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget what happened in DCF care with her son and her daughter. Like, that was learned behavior. That was learned behavior.
That is 100% something was witnessed or done to Fiddler on the Roof there, her son, and he acted out the same behavior because he thinks it's all right. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying this shit because I hope these kids go through, like, Best case scenario, they never see their mother again and they get therapy.
Right.
But the world we actually live in is one of where under her fucking care, one of them fucking played Kearney with her own fucking sister and put some digits in him or whatever the fuck he did. And the other one's running around sucking dicks for fentanyl and cocaine. That's
Right.
not the kid's fault. That's because their example as a parent and a mother and a beacon of, all right, how am I supposed to be, is bottom of the fucking barrel, son.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I completely agree with him. So there's that. So yeah, she goes on to say, the past year has taught me a lot. I've seen the absolute worst of humanity, says the person who lied about being raped, lied about being assaulted, sent an innocent person to jail, got her own charge for threatening to murder somebody and their children. Yes. Besides that, yes. She's been harassed. Betrayals from bad. How about this one? Betrayals from bad actors who pretended to be my friends. Oh, who's that about? Who's that about, folks? Portrayals about bad actors from bad actors pretending to be my friends. That's not about Grant. Grant's one of the good ones. Grant's like the one that she's saying good things about there. That's a shot at 𝗵𝗏 right there. That's a shot at 𝗵𝗏. Ooh, the crust. Exactly. That's the shot at the crust. The crust. The crust. Oh, man. What else did it say? Deception from people who never had my best interest in mind, death threats and wishes of harm, disappointment in people whose job it is to protect and uphold the law. Oh, she's taking shots at the cops for not arresting me. You guys didn't even arrest him, and 𝗃𝗏𝗏 gave him my phone, which I knew I had to give him. And frustration with the justice system, which I've come to learn is not about justice at all, and rather about who you know and what strings you can pull, says the person who's literally pulling strings with the justice system. Like, that's what she does for a living. But yeah, apparently that is that. All right, cool. All right, well, I've got a couple more cash apps here. And also, somebody sent me Twisted Tragedies, I guess, had a good tweet. Let me see this one. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, I got to share this one. Let's see this one from the day I was arrested, October 11th, from Twisted Tragedies. Let's see. All right, so this is person who claims Karen is guilty. She says this is the homeless woman that lives in the migrant shelter and doesn't like Haitians because they take government resources from her. Thank you to everyone by showing your support for Turtleboy, either by watching or coming to the courthouse. It's been a long day and I'm exhausted, but we refuse to allow Aidan to be there alone. We would have fundraised the bail on the spot. Thankfully, he was released without needing bail. He needs a new phone and a new computer because they took his. My feet are killing me from standing all day. We will always have your back, Clarence Woods Emerson. And this is an assault on the First Amendment that Michael Morrissey and the state made themselves look like a fool. Meanwhile, Krusty Panties was asked to leave the courthouse because she has a restraining order against her, and Lauren Murray was there. She snuck back in to hang with the McAlberts, and the state police outright refused to do their jobs. Shameful. They have time to harass Aidan, but not arrest someone for a violation of an RO. I mean, if you didn't think there was corruption before, how about now? That's such a good point, Twisted Tragedies. Such a good point. I never thought of it that way. Thank you very much. All right. Let me just refresh the donos here. I know I got a couple cash apps. Ryan sends $7.04 and says 704 says, for Clay Kearney's birthday, a true American. Yes, Clay Kearney would have been born on the 4th of July. That was his due date. Had he been real, but he was, you know what? He's real to me. God damn it. Okay. I don't give a shit if he was never real. If he was old photographs of Frankie Keegan's kids, that doesn't matter to me. In my heart, he will always exist. He will live forever. I had some onesies picked out, a crib. Like I said, he was going to go to Montessori school. We already had him enrolled in the fall. Dude, he was going to be, he's fucking real to me. God damn it. I love Clay. All right. Thank you for that one. Clay was real. God damn it. He was real. All right. Next one. Let me just refresh the turtle chats here. All right, cool. Anybody else, or should we call it a night? Yeah, he would have been so independent. I know. He needs theme music. He would have already fucked the babysitter. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it a night then. We're ending a little early tonight, back like the old days. But we will see you guys all for the next episode of Turtle Boy Live Saturday night with my guy, Brother Council, and Thursday night for Sex Cult. And then maybe I'll see some of you guys at court, district court in Dedham on Friday morning. All right. Peace, Turtle Riders.